Possum Patty from Pennsylvania here with a special journal called Rendr, R-E-N-D backwards R. This is a no show through paper journal by Crescent and is specially designed for use with markers. It says media won't bleed through pages. I bought this journal because I was taking a course with Joanne Sharpe called the Magical Marker Mystery Tour. And I had so much fun playing with markers in this Rendr sketchbook by Crescent. This was back in 2016. Inspired by Joanne Sharpe. To be true, you must embrace the life that's calling you. It says bloom, and listen to the whispers in your soul. Just a marker design. One of the lessons from the Marker Mystery Tour. First thing we studied was colors and chemistry. So this is just a chart with all different Faber-Castell, Winsor Newton, Copics, Prismacolors, Tombow, Sakura, Nicole markers. How they react with water, how they react with one marker on top of the other, if they're opaque or translucent. Okay, this page was, here's a tip. Using the different markers with the different size and style tips. There's a chisel tip, a bullet tip, a brush tip, more brush tips and bullet tips. Bending blooms. This one's done with water-based markers, pigment markers, dye-based alcohol markers. This is how to get some dimension on your petals on your flowers by blending the different shades together. Pretty in plaid. Working on different color combinations. Doing circles. Again, using the different markers. How to blend them to give them some dimension. Using the markers for lettering. Skinny letters make fun art to color. So mixing up skinny letters with block letters. Skinny letters create art. Love the blooms on this page. I believe in the universe. Doing different styles lettering. Working on how to do a tree with markers. Trying it again. I believe in the universe. I added on some different embellishments on this one. Darker background. Drawing the flowers and then coloring in the negative spaces. Another marker tree with my possum. I believe in trees. I like how this tree came out. Okay, how to blend block letters. Making them all different colors. The art of whimsical lettering. For this lesson, we had to work on something metallic. This is, foam is in here to protect this metallic. So working on a piece of foil It's a lion. It's hard to tell, but that's a lion. One of my favorite pages, Follow Your Star. Here you're using a combination of capital letters and lowercase letters to design your lettering. Getting a little bit better at coloring with the markers. I bought a bunch of markers, Premier Design markers and Spectrum Noir and Copics. Just made some color charts, some swatches. Doing some more lettering. This one just says I am grateful, but every letter was a different design. And then designing a background. Love is paper that does not wrinkle when glued. Because I had a hard time on this page. Big wrinkles. Taking a quote, turning it into a page. Be the light. Be the light, travel light, spread the light, live light. I believe I did this page first. And I really liked some of this design, but it got kind of crowded, so I did this page. It's more airy, more open. They're both nice. Experimenting with printing, stamping inks, and then putting the marker on top. I put a little note here, do not use StazOn with markers. These are little canvas embellishments that I colored with the marker and pasted into the book. Some more experimenting. This was Ranger archival ink on watercolor paper. Because the Tombows and distress markers are watercolor. Dye ink. Again, stamping with different inks and putting markers on top. Doing stamps with the different inks and then spritzing them with water to see how they come out. Water markers and stamps on this page. February. Art of Whimsical Lettering Book Club Challenge. Daffodowndilly has come to town in a yellow petticoat and a green gown. Just a sketch and a quote with the markers. Sketching with markers. No pencil, just sketch right with the markers. Blank contour of my hand. A different kind of pen. This is an Elegant Writer, and when you add water, it bleeds into wonderful blues and pinks and greens. This was done on watercolor paper, pasted in. More sketching with the different markers. This one was the Tombow markers. And this one was different color Elegant Writers. Just a flower design with the markers. Another flower design with the markers. I love the look of the leaves. Playing with paint markers. It says explore, be inspired, create. Layers and layers of paint markers. Some more doodling and exploring with different markers. Practicing egg shapes. With the different markers. doing a quote again. This is from Dr. Seuss. Some journaling. I did some journaling on the page. Jim Holt's Distress Markers. I did the water-based markers on watercolor paper and pasted them in because they seem to work better on watercolor paper and than on the render. Render just didn't seem to work as well. The colors didn't spread or blend. The paper got a little wrinkly. So that's why I put them on watercolor. Just some swatches. Different tones on tones. Designs. Using mixed media over markers. What matte medium looks like. Gesso. Gel medium. What the pens look like on top of mixed mediums. This is souffle pens over black gesso. Different markers on top of white gesso. Same over here. All the different markers over gessos and mediums, matte medium, gel medium. Color stories. So took different bunches of colors and made little color stories for each flower. Each flower has its own color story. Got some sparkly pens. These are the American Girl Sparklies. And got some Le Plume pens, which are dye-based ink, and Le Plume 2 is dye-based, and Le Plume is pigmented ink. And some more Le Plume 2s. Love those color swatches. Epiphyly is growth on a leaf, so I took my markers and had fun doing some botany sketches. You know, you can't make this stuff up. This is real. Little flowers coming off leaves in different ways. Folding leaves and bending leaves. So how some leaves unfurl when they first come out of their bud. There's a cabbage. Again, some botany notes. Crumpled vernation of leaves. Some more leaf studies. I did this while riding in the car. And this one I did, and I added some sparkly marker to it. Some more swatches. Faber-Castell Pit Artist Pen. This is Indie Ink brush tip. Sketch of an old woman. Followed my cats around the house. Tried to sketch them. And a landscape that was never finished. Every journal has to have an unfinished page, I think. And some more kitty sketches. Two different kitties. This is Titi and Stinky. And some more kitty sketches. And that is my Rendr Journal by Crescent. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.